Welcome everyone back to another video on Umamusume. I am so excited that we do have the half-year anniversary. Why did I say it like that? Maybe I'm just so used to the way they say it. Umamusume. That's how I would say it, but I said Umamusume. I'm just so used to the title screen, I guess. Anyway, we do have the half anniversary active, and it has been active for a little bit now. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite part of the half anniversary is. And for me, I'm really excited about the changes that are coming, but we'll talk about that a little bit more in a moment. But for now, we're going to start off by doing some pulls. And nothing crazy. There's some stuff that we all should be saving for and waiting for, of course. So that's mostly what I am doing as well. But I couldn't resist the opportunity to do a 3-star guaranteed half anniversary scout that featured Summer Maruzensky. I actually was not able to pull her. With the accelerated schedule, the character gotchas come and go so fast. I did get a special week, but I wasn't able to get Maruzensky. So hopefully we can get lucky in this video and pull her. Otherwise, there are a few Umas that I could use as well because I just simply don't have them. Whether they're great or not, that matters, but it doesn't matter a ton to me right now. More or less though, just want to get the characters so that I have them as part of my collection if I enjoy the character anyway. So as you see, I did get Special Week, I did get Gold City. I did not pull for several of these other Umas, not because they're not good or anything like that, but I also was on a little bit of a break as I've been extremely busy with some other stuff going on. So in between current and then these other ones here, I mostly was unavailable, not really playing as much. So excited, like I said, to be back for the celebration. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that thumbs up as well as subscribe. That's the main thing I want you to do. Let's get this video to a level of 100 likes and let me know in the comments down below, overall, what is your favorite Uma in the game? And why? Because we got to add that part. All right, so on first read, I was like, oh my God, this is insane. When I first saw this pop up, I thought it meant literally 3 Umas are guaranteed. Could you imagine? But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and go in and see what we can do. I did pull Special Week on my first multi, so that was pretty cool. Like I said, didn't have that luck for Maruzensky, but we'll see what happens, man. I'm also really excited about the only one. I'm not mad at that. That's normal standard functionality. Maybe we get a fake out in there somewhere. To be fair, I've never seen a rare change into a 3-star, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, I wasn't too mad about that overall, but like I said, wasn't the same luck I had elsewhere. In fact, that may be the only time. Maybe Curran did it as well. Like I said, there was a bit of a hiatus, so my memory could be a little bit spotty, but I don't know too many times that that's happened. All right, so let's see what we can get. Oh my God, you're kidding me. I'm missing half the list. Oh, never mind. I thought that was Curran-chan. I was gonna say literally I'm missing half the list and I just talked about her and she showed up. But I am cool with Asian Flash. I gotta actually see what she does, to be honest with you. She was like, what, one of the more recent ones other than, again, Maruzensky, who I was also looking forward to. Oh, the gotcha's gone, so I can't really do it. In fact, she's up right now, quite literally up right now. So I knew she was brand new. All right, cool, I guess. Quite literally up right now. All right, so anyway, increases velocity in a dash for the lead after running calmly and according to plan up until the final straight. Increased velocity in a dash for the lead. Well, what is her aptitude? She is a late surger. Primarily, she can be a pace chaser. You could fix that B pretty easily. Primarily in medium and long distance races on turf tracks. That's pretty standard functionality. Medium corners, go with the flow, moderately increases navigation late race, and late surger strategy, or savvy, excuse me. What are her bonuses? She's got a 20% wit focus. I reserve judgment, but that seems a little sketch to me. I don't really typically mind wit. It's just, unless you're trying to be cute, you don't really push wit all that high. So maybe that's a build for her that, well, to be fair, without it means you don't have to put too much into that with targeted training, but I'm not really sure. I do like the power there, but typically with a long distance track, you may just want that stamina build. So we'll see what happens ultimately. Let me know if there's something I'm missing. That certainly could be the case. But at the bare minimum, it's nice to add another character to my collection. They do also have the support card gotcha. I will not be doing that, but we'll see if we can do a single here and watch me get lucky on a single. That would be insane. I doubt it. We'll do 2 singles because I can do the discounted one too. Long shot. It's a long shot and we don't get anything. Surprisingly, so or unsurprisingly, unsurprising. Let's go in here with the 50 and garbage. Not surprised at all. So let's move on from that. I wanted to take a look at some of the more recent updates that are coming to the game because, like I said, I do think those are pretty exciting. Oh, I forgot to mention this. How did I forget? So anyway, probably because it's freaking 6 in the morning. For the login bonus, look at all this stuff in the login bonus. That's so cool, right? That's so cool. Thank you so much, Cygames. We appreciate it. And I'm excited to get those outfits, really, personally. But obviously the gems or the carats, can't say anything about that. Like, obviously, I'm happy about getting those. Now, I wanted to take a look at the update specifically. One of the main things that really stood out to me is the Guts update is coming to the game. And so Guts should be really good. But there's quite a lot of things here. Let's go ahead and run it down, or do a rundown quickly. Increase monies and support cards, or support points, excuse me, earned in career. Increase monies and support points earned at the end of a career. Increase the parameters gained from career and events. Increase the number of recreation events for our PAL type support cards. Those are the buddy cards that you can run on your team, like Kazuna, for example. That is going to be very good for the next upcoming one that everyone is saving for. Adjusted choice options for career and events when PAL type support cards are in your deck. Increase the rate at which PAL type support cards event occur when they are in your deck. That's pretty nice overall. This looks like they're getting really ready for the next upcoming one. Adjusted the probability of training failure when max energy is increased. Pretty good for my my new special week. I've tried to train her a few times and she's always proccing that at least once. Anyway, PAL type support card events may now occur at a low rate even if they are not in your deck. That's very useful. That's really cool. As always, you can always see different event types for other characters pop off. Even if you don't have certain cards or characters, they just pop off every now and again. So that's pretty cool. Adjusted careers to mitigate the effects of bad conditions. Increase the probability to recover from energy or recover more energy when resting while afflicted with Night Owl. Night Owl is just so detrimental. Night Owl is such, I would argue, Night Owl, if you get afflicted with Night Owl, you may as well start over the career. Especially if it's early, you may as well start over because Night Owl is so detrimental. So that is really cool. Increase the probability of recovering, to recover more, excuse me. Decreases the probability of being afflicted with a bad condition for some training events. Thank you. I appreciate that. Removed mood decreases when being afflicted with a bad condition for some events. That's also pretty troublesome because then you've got to send them to the infirmary and you also got to do a recreation a lot of times. So that's pretty annoying. But sometimes they can get the mood right back depending on whatever it is and whatever events they do have, races, etc. Mood decreases when unable to train as a result of the slacker condition now occur randomly. Rests and recreations during summer camp now cure bad conditions. If you happen to somehow go into summer with a bad condition, you're screwed for that entire run. And if it's Night Owl, like I said, you might as well start over. Especially if you have Night Owl somehow during the summer, you just can't, man. But if you've really got any of them, like I said, it's really detrimental because there's no infirmary. So if you rest now, they will allow you to take those off during these summer events because like I said, you're stuck there. There's no infirmary for a few turns. It just is what it is. Mood decreases when unable to train as a result of slacker condition now occur randomly. Or we had already read that one. Training with Etsuko now has a chance to cure slacker condition. Certain career events now cure bad conditions as well. And they adjusted the race systems, added the spot struggle system. I'd have to look these systems up. Added the dueling system, added the runaway aptitude skill as well. Increased runners' last spurt speed based on their guts parameters. So that's kind of snuck in there. But like I said, Guts has always been relatively important. It's something you need. You technically need a little bit of everything on your Umas, but it's largely been maligned and been the one that people will mostly be willing to ignore. And so now, increasing your overall last spurt based on your Guts parameter will add a little bit anyway, if that's even a thing, more importance to your Guts training and characters now. So that is massive. We are finally in a position where, again, Guts is something that it's worthwhile to invest a little bit more in because it does directly improve your runner's last spurt. And that was, again, I believe always the case, but it's now much more effective at doing so. Adjusted systems involving hills on courses, adjusted racer position at the final quarter, allowing them to line up more easily. Skills that improve navigation now also improve passing ability during their duration. That's really good too, because I never really cared a ton about those navigation skills personally. They could be useful on some Umas in some situations, but I typically would steer clear, so that is nice. Recovering endurance late race now enables runners to exert full strength based on the endurance recovered. That's exceptionally strong. Recovering endurance late now allows the runners to exert full strength. And then also they adjusted the parameters acquired for some trainee events, increased the parameters acquired for some trainee events for the following trainee. So these characters have had their events enhanced. There's too many characters here to list off, but there's some really solid stuff in there. Added new choices for some trainee events for the following trainee Umas as well. So same thing. I see some Measure Orion, McQueen, Grass Wonder, etc. Added new trainee events for the following trainee Umamusume. So new events were added in for these trainees. Adjusted parameters that can be acquired for some support card events. So track and academy stuff there. A lot of the, what are those? They're the R's, right? Bunch of stuff in here. It's just a long list. I can't really go over it. Adjusted the effects and conditions required for some skill activations. Ooh, Iron Will update. Competitive Spirit, Extra Tank, Adrenaline, Stand. Some fun ones in here. I gotta see this overall. Adjusted the positioning required to activate the following skills. Positioning for these curves or turning, late surge or pace chaser, corners, and all these other things like that. Adjusted the activation timing for the following skills, taking the lead, plan X, etc. So they are basically, there's just a bunch of skills and all this stuff. They've basically done a humongous update snuck in here as a full-on balance patch. When will this go live? Is this already live? We made it to below date and time. Oh, right here, November 11th. So this is not in the game for another week. So still got plenty of time before then, obviously, as there's a week remaining. But that is a pretty massive update with a ton of stuff in it. So overall, like I said, I'm really excited about the half anniversary for Umamusume. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. If you did the poll, let me know in the comments how that went for you. I didn't bother doing the support card poll simply because, and I kind of too, if I'm being honest with you, if I can get nice nature, that would be nice. But that would be nice. But the problem is that I still typically would like to get dupes on support cards. And I don't want to pull for Nice Nature's support card individually here, which I also could do. But that's mostly why I didn't really do it, because I typically will steer clear of supports unless I'm going to go deep enough. And there's, again, a good support card on the horizon. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. And if you want to see more content like this, leave a thumbs up and comment down below. Do more.